Call meeting to order.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Bradshaw.
Here.
Nelson.
Here.
Palmer.
Here.
Porter. Here. Sullivan.
Here.
Ronald absent.
All right, need a motion to approve the August 19th, 2025 committee as a whole meeting minutes.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All right, any public comment? Oh, sorry about that.
Bradshaw.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Palmer.
Yes.
Porter.
Yes.
Sullivan.
Yes.
All right, now, public comment. Go ahead.
I have no complaints. I'm not a keyboard jockey, and so there was some hubbub today about the roads being oiled without notice, so I just came to request that we get updates on some of that project work. I know when the road was closed out there for all that work, was plenty of advance notice, and it was really helpful and really useful, so, I told someone today I live and die by DNS updates. I know not everybody's on Facebook, it shouldn't be an official channel, but, I know some of that stuff might not be planned far enough in advance for the newsletter, but if there could be some more communication, I think all three of our roads got done and they're awesome because I was tearing it up, backing in every day. So, again, just kind of on behalf of some chatter I heard around town, more, proactive updates would be super appreciated. Thank you.
Anybody have anything else? All right, engineer Ron Legend is not here. Anybody have anything for him?
So are they still doing seeding and?
Yes.
They are still doing seeding and grading, they're about halfway done with that. We had some issues last week or the week before, that was last week. We caught somebody stealing dirt, from Petersburg's good topsoil pile. Half the pile was gone. So Jack doesn't know if we're gonna be charged for it, but they had to truck some more topsoil in. This individual, whenever Darren saw him first, and then I caught him taking another bucket, and he tried telling me that the Petersburg guy drives the big equipment said he could. Well, no, because that Petersburg guy with the big equipment was one I was talking to and said he did not give any kind of permission for that to be taken, so it was stolen. I don't know how much it's gonna cost. We may be charged for it. I'm not real sure.
It's over $300.
I mean, the dirt part of it, that they, some other people help themselves with rock piles and stuff like that too. Just people need to know that that's not the way it works. You just can't go in there and get it,
I saw a
because
vehicle,
they use it on private property and stuff like that.
so I saw one 2 weeks ago, there was a guy he had a wheelbarrow and a couple buckets down at the old rest stop.
Oh, that rock? Yeah.
So that's something, we store our rock out there too, and the townships is out there.
I did have a person that stopped and, is hoping that theirs could be, leveled and seeded. It would be on, the site that they're talking about was on Samuel Street.
Whose house was it?
Sanders.
Darcy Sanders. is
Oh,
the
yeah,
one.
they haven't gotten to that side of town yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
But
there's
it's
a
gonna be.
dirt pile there, I don't know how long it's been there, and I don't.
It's
think
only
it
been
was
there
the
not
city.
even a month. They were boring under the
Yeah.
road to get to the water line for the house.
That's what I was gonna say, I don't
Yeah.
know exactly who did it, and they didn't either, but.
Petersburg, but it's gonna be done, yeah.
Okay.
They haven't made it over to that side town yet.
And I think that there's other areas in
Yeah.
town that's,
Yep, they're going
bigger than that.
down each road and alley as they're going, so.
And then, and it's actually in, Herbie and, Travis's area. There's people that complain on First Street, and I don't know exactly what their complaint is. I don't know if they think it's too big of a ditch now and they can't, like, I don't don't know, I know stuff was put there, and then now I know, grass was there, and it's more like weeds because they didn't mow it.
Where are you talking
Where's it
about, Kim?
On First Street, down from the elementary, old building, old bond, down the street from there.
Down there by Manley's house, down there, Becker reading them.
Yeah, I didn't understand what
Oh, I have a feeling I know where you're talking about. They
I
didn't like the way the ditch was done.
that was it.
So Petersburg crew came back in, a whole different crew came in and redid the ditch. Now it looks terrible because those people aren't mowing it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
That ditch has been redone twice.
That's what I thought.
No.
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 We need to sit in down there by Kim Wilson.
How do you know where it is?
Well.
Yeah, it's been done
back-
twice.
Back north. You know where Joe lives down there.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not the one
they're-
that,
They're
maybe
working,
someone else needs to check it out.
They're working on the list though, but they're going, because Jack made a list, but then they don't wanna go by just the list. They're going up down each road and alley. But yeah, if somebody calls you about that, just text Jack and say, hey, can you go check this out?
Okay.
So that way, you know, cause now if that crew was done and out of town,
Right.
we would had no way to do it. So if somebody just contacts you, just text one of us
Okay.
and see if we can go check it out.
Do you know if, they got Luann Crow taken care of?
Is she wanting it done again?
No, or concrete pad
Concrete.
for trash can that they took out when they went down that road.
I don't know nothing about it, so I don't know if she's talked to Jack.
They know.
They
They know.
They know.
Kirby's
It's
told
been brought up at me.
for 2 months now.
Okay. I wasn't aware of it, so
Who's that?
Luann's.
Alright, anything else on the water and sewer project?
We have our new lift station out there on Oak Street by the football field, has 2 grinding pumps in there, and one of them went bad, about 2 months ago. And we've pulled it and I've taken it apart and I took it up to Decatur to get fixed, and it's gonna be $14,000 to fix it. They're trying to find old parts, refurbished parts, something cheaper to fix it. But a new pump is $18,000. So Jack is hoping he's gonna try to get it to where we can,
On the football field?
it's a grinding pump out at our lift station, our new lift station. He's wanting to get the old one fixed and then to purchase another one so that we have a backup, cause right now we're running off of one pump out there. And fingers crossed, it's been keeping up. But, a new one is $18,000.
Those, what kind of warranties those, is it like,
I don't know,
always wondered on
cause
stuff like
it's
that.
been over 3 years that lift station's been there. So,
Are those new, put that in?
and I'm kinda thinking it was 3-year warranty, keeps ringing in my head,
Of
so
course
I
it was.
don't know.
Of course. It expired about the week before.
Probably, yeah. But that's all for sewer and water.
Could you and Jack check in with, Taylorville Water Department and just have them double check? Because I know they've been having issues with their new building, I heard, it was rumor,
Mhm.
I heard that they're having issues with their new building and their employees are getting sick because there's not enough ventilation. So, something about mold is being in there, so I just wanna make sure that we have enough ventilation in our new building.
Well, I'm sure we will.
I think that was brought up the last meeting.
I was the one that brought it
Okay,
up,
yeah,
but
that's
Also,
I,
you asked the engineer that.
yeah, but I would just,
Most of there
I
was.
would definitely have Jack
Mhm.
call them though to see what they're doing to fix it, if we need to add something.
Yeah, he knows some of the guys over there, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, under new business, water and sewer items.
Yeah, I just have one question.
Oh.
Before we let, the sewer and water projects be finished, is someone gonna sign off? So then saying that all the roads have been,
Yeah, they have to.
okay, so
The
who,
owner of Petersburg comes over and the foremans come over, and then Jack goes with them and they drive around and check everything off.
Okay,
They've got like a checklist.
okay,
And Sal.
Alright, new business, water and sewer items.
I just kinda said them all.
What they say about, what's her name that bought that house that had a lien or whatever, Shoemaker?
Kayla Shoemaker.
It's,
We did,
been settled,
Oh, and all
she
full,
paid,
full amount or court cost and all, or,
no court cost, but
oh,
she paid what she needed to pay and it's all settled.
We dropped the lien fees, the penalties.
Yeah.
And
That's-
she,
The fine.
Huh?
And the fine,
after
but
the lawyer pays almost, how much was it, you know?
more than she paid, but
A lot more.
that's one thing we need not to do. Get into more the lawyer and these little small things, these people, like her bickering back and forth with Steven.
Yeah.
Every day, I seen, emails. I mean, it's costing us for her to email him and we cannot have that. I could add up the money, it's way,
How's the city charged for that?
We got it cost us from the attorney like $2,500, I added it up real quick,
That's
and we only got 300 and something.
So,
Yeah.
so a request of the city attorney by an outside, non-city employee should not result in us being charged.
should be billed to
We
them.
already said that, one,
I brought that up at the meeting,
before.
that we need to make, and we need to have an ordinance made to say that, he said that we don't have that.
I'm not real sure legally they can bill us because some average person just called with a complaint about the city.
he's done it
Now-
His
twice.
email
Yeah.
online for everybody to see
Yeah,
too. He can.
yeah.
Sent it
Now,
more than twice.
If she is in discussions with him about becoming compliant on the fine or city fees and stuff, that's that's a gray area, because technically he is representing the city in
Where's-
contact with her about a fine and fees, it's a gray area. I don't know, that would be,
Small things like this don't always need to go to the attorney. Some of the FOIA stuff doesn't need to, the attorney does not need to be involved in. There's quite a few things going to the attorney that does not need to go. We're already $32,000 in and our budget's $50,000 this year.
what'd you say, Jared?
Stuff like that should be funneled through the mayor should contact, anything, issue like that should be settled by the mayor needs legal advice that he can get that, but, because their vicar isn't with the mayor, it's with the mayor.
Every time she emails, it costs us,
So
email Steven.
can we direct him not to,
Except their
Yes, we could do that.
basically without authorizing?
We have a problem like with the water bill and something, we just need directly just get it taken care of.
Yeah.
Because it costs more in lawyer fees and then the bill itself. Like she said, $2,500 for,
It was
300.
1,500 or 2,500, I know it was.
It was over 2,000.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, I mean,
That
that'll
other
have
issue
to
was
be
over
something
3.
that he would
Yeah.
have to say,
3,500.
hey, I
Yeah.
can't discuss this with you.
Yep.
We're talking about 5,000,
Not except,
you know,
not
$5,000 just for two
no email or
incidents
not like that.
that did not need to go through.
But we're gonna we changed, like a lien, we changed the lien, the wording on the lien, right, Janet?
Right, we changed the lien form, we changed the variance form lately, and like the FOIAs, they've been going to Stephen, cause Owen Wayne is suing other municipalities, so we have to be real careful on that stuff.
But he was asking for black and white stuff that was very done and it was sent to him. So I mean,
Right, if he
I don't think those FOIAs need to go to the attorney for the attorney to say, did you get it done? I mean, that costs us a couple $100 just for him to say, did you get it done?
Who's the person that asked for the FOIA?
Southern Illinois
He's
I mean, anyone can have a
reporter.
He's actually government control, and if we don't answer him,
Well, you have to at this point.
yes, and he could find.
Well, I don't think unless it comes to that point, I don't think the attorney needs to get involved.
Yeah.
we have proof that it's been sent by an email with the information on it. I don't understand why the attorneys
It's Janet.
emailed me 3 times over.
So why wouldn't all FOIAs go to her if it's something that can be handled without their involved? FOIA handles it, if not,
There'd be a time that we might have to ask Stephen if he,
but that should go through you.
yeah.
It should go FOIA officer, you, then attorney. I would think. It's my opinion.
Yes, because some of it's,
Or I'd give permission, it's not a big deal, she knows
But I don't
a
think
whole lot
anybody,
more than I do.
nobody else should be answering FOIA.
No.
I have to, when it comes to employee information,
Yes.
and that's what it was employee information. So I do have to, cause Janet doesn't have access to that. They were just wanting to know our employees, like their name and salary and their positions, and
That's stuff that's public knowledge anyway, it's posted in the paper.
I know, but this is twice they've done it in a year, asked the same exact information,
It's government stuff.
yeah, so,
They'll ask you every day if they wanted to. and-
That's on the city's website too, I think,
Yep.
isn't it?
On some FOIA though, we can put the cost back, I think you could put the cost back onto the person, can't you?
You can bill so much.
We could bill so much,
It's after so many pages printed and how they get it, and there. I mean, state statutes,
yeah,
100 pages long on FOIA.
right.
so, yeah, we don't,
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's killing us.
Alrighty, everybody done with that one? Street items.
Streets, just need to approve $4,000 to get some, we borrowed rock to finish the project from the township. So, I just gotta have 3 or 4 loads brought in to replenish what we used. So just need $4,000 approved at the council meeting. You know, back to like oiling, we just don't hop right on it and just oil. There's actually, a map. You know, we did, if you look at the first oiling we did like Illinois Street, we skipped Samuel, we went over, we did every other one. So anybody that's out there, like if you lived on Samuel Street, you could leave on the west end of town, you could leave and go half a block and turn, because I altered the north and south roads also, so you weren't driving in oil much at all if you ever needed to. You didn't need to, you know, pull out and drive all the way down Samuel Street and oil. All you had to do is go back on one that we already had from the week before that was sealed up and go around. I mean, we don't try to block everything in and all that. And the oil truck goes by, and within, you know, 5 minutes, maybe 10, depending on what the lap is, the rock's on top of it.
Yeah,
So,
within 20 minutes, it's covered up
yeah,
and road.
20's a stretch, so yeah.
Well, and the company, does it, I mean, it may not have, you just don't know because of weather depending.
Weather, and a lot of times, yeah, we're not the big dogs.
You
so
don't
we fall
know
in-
when
we
they're gonna
fall
come in, so
we fall
that's
in.
something we need to
But yeah,
remember as
we'll
well.
work on getting better and everything else, but it's just not, we just don't throw it out and do it. Everybody's got access to go out and that. We don't start till after 8:15 or better, everybody gets to school and done. We try not to do it on garbage days, when all the cans are out. I mean, there's a little bit more than just everybody showing up and doing it. So, mentioned mold, in buildings reminded me, I've talked about it before. The concession stand down there's got black mold growing in it. Nobody seems to, there's no ventilation in that building. When you're talking about the water plant building, there's no ventilation in the bathrooms, there's not a fan, nothing, there's no place for the air to even go out. So, I had brought a quote in before, had Whole House out of, Pana look at it, just to, you know, you put in a heat system or something, or whatever, just to exchange air in there. But it never went through. I mean, at some point you gotta take care of your buildings. I mean, there's moisture, if it's sealed up like that, you got moisture in the rafters, it's gonna mold the rafters, there's mold growing on the concrete block, in the bathroom, so that's something you guys can think about. Didn't go last time, so somebody else can take the ball and run with it and see. So just reminded me earlier when you were talking about no ventilation in the building, so. And that's all I got. If anybody's got anything else for me, or Any questions?
The, 4,000 that we're approving, that's to finish up what you're doing right now.
That's just to replenish the rock that we borrowed from the township to finish what we did.
Okay.
The rock that we got, the reason is we used some of theirs. The rock that we got at the very beginning was 5/8 rock. We got it out of, one of the facilities down by Nokomis Paint. I'm not gonna name it one. Anyway, if you look at it, it's got a brown tint to it. Well, it's real soft rock and it's got like a clay in it too. So, when we got down to it, it was wet and it wouldn't spread. So we left, that pile with the township to finish up with it. Cause that seemed like the first maybe 3 loads on the north end of our stockpile up there was the worst. So, we left it and then we went down and started on the other. So we'll source our rock from somewhere else, this year.
Is it usable for anything else?
Yeah, we'll use it for other stuff, yeah. But for spreading on the roads, it just, it clumps up. It's like CA6, if it gets wet, you can't spread it. It's got enough lime and small particles in it that it just balls up, so.
Are you done oiling this year, Darren?
Yep, we
You're
just
all
had it all
done?
done, yep.
Oh.
We did, 2 transports and a distributor full, which is, I think, 17,000 gallons, something like that. I mean, it's a pretty good chunk for what we usually do, but, I think it's gonna help the roads out where, the construction project went through. We put oil just a few tenths heavier than normal and used a little bigger rock trying to get some base built back up. And we rolled it with the heavy roller too, so.
Do we have any mosquito stuff left over this year? Cause weren't we using last year's this year?
Yep, we still got a little bit left, yeah. So,
Didn't
yeah,
it like jump considerably when we
Well,
looked at it?
I didn't price it this year, we had enough, but, it comes from overseas. So, we'll see, it jumped a bunch before, it's probably 4 times what it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So, we'll just see what it is. I mean,
You're done for this year though, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we went out and sprayed both times when the West Nile popped up in, closer communities. We tried to get ahead of it there. We treated a lot of the catch basin and stuff like that ahead of time too. We'd start that early in the season, so. It's all about timing on that, cause you catch the catch basins, you treat them and you get it raining, it washes the biscuits out, so then you're back at it, so.
Alright, is
Wait,
that
before we move on, I have a question. Janet, did you open a claim for the storm damage? Okay, because Darren, how many trees did you say needs to be cut down?
Well, we got lightning damage on the computer. I just
Well,
turned
I
those
knew the
receipts
computer
in.
and all that,
Yeah,
but
computer
you
and
said
that.
there was
And then I
storm
talked
damage to
to-
trees.
I talked to Bill about it, and, when we had the storm damage, and there is a dollar amount that they cover for storm damage, so I don't know if you talked to Janet or who. I was told that we got X amount of coverage
So
for
apparently
storm
we're gonna have
damage.
to open a claim. So do you have a list of the trees that we can have?
Yeah, I've got a list. Do you need the list, or
Yes, please.
you want us to finish and then you get the list, or what's the?
No, I'll take the list. I think Janet will need the list for the claims, and probably pictures too. Don't you
Yeah, I
need
got pictures of
That's what
probably
I did
80%
last
of
time.
it.
So all those will need to go to Janet too so she can get that claim open.
Yeah, I thought somebody had already talked to him. Nobody's talked to him. I thought you guys talked about it at the last meeting.
I haven't heard
Angel.
nothing about it. When I talked to
Herbie,
you on the
didn't
phone
talk
this
to
week's
Dane
first
about it
time.
last meeting or something?
They asked if we were cutting and if we had trees that were storm damaged trees. And I said, yeah, and I said that they'd have to talk to you, cause I didn't know, cause I knew you had them all wrote down.
So I don't know how this got all messed up, but yeah, we had storm damage and we had
I
storm
remember
damage.
talking to him.
Yeah. I don't remember the dollar amount, but yeah, it says covered, which we just start cutting.
Cause do
Yeah,
we have to
when we
get the
get done, I
approval
don't know.
before we just start cutting trees from the storm, from the insurance, so they can say, yeah, they're gonna cover it? Before we start,
Well, I think on some
Well, you
of
got
those
either way,
trees,
you're
they
gonna
were
have to
across
cut
the
them either way.
road, so.
Well,
I mean, insurance covers are.
some of those
we
were
gotta cover
people's
them as well.
yards too, that they had to clean up, we don't clean up out of people's yards, but yeah.
So, yeah. If you need the list, yeah, we can provide it at some time, not for sure what you need it for, other than, at the very final end of it, but, yeah.
Well, I need to know which ones are insurance and which ones are coming out of our budget.
Yeah, I'm keeping track of that on our end, so when you get done, you'll have a full
Yeah,
report of what it all is. And then you'll have a total dollar amount.
but
and
we're
if you
paying
get
now, so
insurance
it'd be
back-
nice to keep track of it. I would like to keep track of it as well.
Well, it's
As
like
we're
you
paying.
talked to me on the phone, at the end, you'll pay the contractor all the money, and then whatever you get reimbursed from insurance just credits that line item back. We're gonna have to cut them either way, it doesn't matter if they're insurance or not insurance trees, we gotta clean up the storm damage, so I'm not for sure,
Is there a problem for me not to have the list?
no, that's what I'm
Okay.
just saying, yeah.
That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, I
And
just
Janet
don't
needs
have
it for the
I've got a
insurance.
list, I've got a list, it's just a worksheet that I use that shows what we've cut, the date we've cut. If we've cut the tree, if we've done the stump and everything else, but I'll just create another smaller list and give it to you. If
And
you need it.
Janet, whenever I give her, I'll
If
get,
it's
see
that
if we don't
important,
get a
I
copy
guess.
of it.
I'll call tomorrow.
Huh?
I'll call tomorrow.
Is that everything for street? Police item?
The only thing I have is transmission was ordered for the squash. Be here 7 to 10 days from last week, so looking at probably next week, and then it's gonna take a day and a half to get it put in for the 2020. So I think Kevin said they quoted him even cheaper, like $500 cheaper than what the original quote was for some reason. So once they get it in, I'll figure all that out and let you guys know. But
If we wait longer, will it be cheaper?
I don't know. He said when he called, they said they quoted him like $500 cheaper. So
Yeah, that's good.
wait another 10 more days, and they'll drop another $500. So that is ordered, and as soon as that gets in, we'll get a squad over there to get fixed, and I'll worry about the 15 after that one. I think that's gonna be probably something small, but
That was 2020, right?
2020, yes, yep. And then the 15, we had the torque converter put in, and a couple weeks later, dying on Doug. So I'll get that over there and see what's going on with that one. But other than that, that's all I got. Besides, I've been extremely busy. So.
Anybody got anything for that?
Anything?
Alright, we'll move on to park.
I don't really have anything for park, I'm having issues when I go down there to clean up again. It's not so much condoms this time, it's beer bottles, whiskey bottles and stuff like that. That's not like it's blown out of somebody's trash, it's all the way up by the equipment. And it's posted that no alcohol is to be down there. Yeah. That's the
The
only
one
thing.
on Illinois Street?
Do you see anybody on the cameras?
You can't tell where a lot of it, where they're over by the equipment side of it, and I don't know when it was whenever they were over there. I mean, I'd have to sit there and watch through hours and hours and hours to figure out.
I wonder if we could put a motion activated trail cam over on that part,
Yeah.
where that way it would literally kick on just when
There's motion.
it would be.
Well, I mean, our cameras look over that way,
Yeah.
but as far as like being able to tell, who it is,
Cause some of those night ones,
I mean, you can see real good with the ones that are down there now at night.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just wonder if we need just an inexpensive, another one hidden over there somewhere. It's a continued problem, it might be worth the money.
And also people riding little dirt bikes and mopeds and stuff in there. I caught somebody the other day riding a moped in there, an adult riding a moped in there on that little road that's painted on the tennis court. So,
Anything else for park? Subdivision items.
Only thing I say, it's been cut. Again,
Has anyone spoken to Kara lately?
We have,
uh,
go ahead.
we have a few things going on, but I'd rather not talk about it
don't jinx it.
because I'll jinx it.
We have, just one more invoice for Mark, the engineer, and then we'll close out that one.
was for setting pegs, right?
To finish the roadway, yeah, and the,
Marker
all
lines.
that, yeah.
Yep.
So as soon as we get that, he
Yep.
said it'll be this month, and then we can get that one
They
closed
did
out.
it last week sometime, him and Jack, and so it's all marked out, ready to go, so.
Okay.
Alright, we'll move on, finance items.
I've got a couple unless you wanna go first. You have, okay. So a couple things came up at the last meeting about TIF stuff where we were talking about the contracts and the boys that are opening the truck center. So Janet found the Kell Brothers contract. It is written in the contract that we charge up to a 10% fee per yearly payment to recoup our administrative costs. Angel looked it up. Our administrative cost, it's twofold. There's the application and then there's basically the contract. It was about $1,300 is what the city paid in order to grant Kell the money. We paid them the first payment, but we didn't withhold anything out of it. We didn't pay them last year's payment, and we haven't paid them this year's yet either. So the 10% of each of last year, this year, and next year's final payment would be a total of $1,500 if we do 10% out of each year, which is what's in the contract.
I thought it was 10% or 500.
Yeah.
Not to exceed a total of 500
Yeah.
per occurrence, but this is only one occurrence, right?
Well,
Wouldn't this be considered as one or not?
so we have to,
Yeah.
since we didn't pay them last year, we can either issue them 2 checks and 10% of each one would be $500, or we can issue them 1 check and 10% of the $10,000, same amount.
But wait a minute, this says per occurrence, so is this,
It's per yearly payment. So we can take up to $500 per yearly payment towards our costs, which over 3 times would be $1,500. So it's about break even.
and they're, the last payment's due by the 31st of this year, so we might as well just do it all at once. Is that okay with you?
That's fine.
They do with all three and they take the 1,500 out?
Well, so we only technically own them 2, because we won't own the 4th year till the end of next year.
No, it says on or before December 31st of 2025 is their 4th payment.
That is the 4th.
Yes.
So we missed 3 payments then.
We paid them,
missed 2
we missed the 23rd and 24th, or 23 and 24, and then
I thought
25.
I thought 23rd was the first one. Okay.
Nope.
So, yeah. So that would
So-
terminate the contract.
Yeah,
We'd
then it'd be
with
done.
it.
So I'll get that done
While we're on,
here soon.
sorry.
No, I just tell Bill I'll get it done
Oh.
here soon and give it to him.
While we're on tips and applications and stuff, I know I had talked to Derek about this before and he never, just kind of talked about it and left it, but I think that we should have people, whenever they apply for a TIF, present it either at a preferably the committee meeting, because it's less formal, but present it to a meeting, present what they're gonna do, present what they want, and then we can discuss it and send off the application to Moran, rather than sending the application off and then talking about it. And it gives us a chance to explain to whoever's coming to us, here's what the terms are gonna be, it's gonna be roughly, if we have to do a contract, it'll be roughly $1,300. If we don't do a contract, it's a small amount, cause we really need a threshold to bother with a contract. Some of it's not necessary. But we can explain to them and say, here's what you're asking for, here's what it'll cost you. Do you want us to send it off, yes or no? Rather than just submit it blind.
Do you also, I don't know, because anyone can apply, I mean, do we need to put a limit on it, or will that, because of the process of them coming to the meeting would maybe eliminate some of the, I don't know.
We've never really,
I know, but if you had 20 people for them filling out the application, right?
Oh, yeah, I mean, if we send them off blind, yeah. Yeah, cause it's $675, I think, per
Right.
application.
I mean, granted, we haven't had, this is the first one since I've been on council, the rest were all given before. But,
Cause this will, with the termination of Cal, this will leave us with just one obligation open, which is 1905.
Mm-hmm.
Because ours is terminated with Joy since the building closed. But that's my opinion. I mean, I that's something I just wanted to throw out there for discussion. I don't know if we should,
I think that's a
Take-
good point.
I don't know if that should be
That's a great idea.
something that should be voted on or agreed on.
I think it should be something that,
Yes, you got,
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
This building that the boys are doing, it just felt like we were a little under the gun right off the bat on it, voting on it, you know what I mean? So, I think it's a great idea.
I think it's yeah, you save Janet some work too, that if we mix it, you don't have to, she doesn't have to do all the paperwork just for us to go, no, we're not doing that.
Right.
Jen, I didn't get a chance to ask you, where, did Moraine give you an idea when they may have that contract done?
We'll have for the next meeting,
Awesome, cool. And it has,
contract and a resolution.
And then, do you guys vote on that before we make the first payment? Again, or is it done?
Right, you have to vote on it. You
Okay.
can't do anything without them signing the contract.
yeah, so technically it changes the
But
agreement
that's
again.
also, per the contract is yearly, so if they don't fly in the first year, contracts.
Yeah, as soon as if the business closes, term's done.
Right.
Yep. And we'll have to, if it's a 4-year contract, we really only need to claim the 10% fee 3 of the 4 years. So we can decide whether we wanna impose it the first 3 years. And I would do the first 3 years, cause your odds of the business failing are gonna be at the beginning rather than the back end.
Right.
Well, yeah, and you can't exceed about 500 per occurrence, so we gotta
Right.
watch that too, so you might be able to do all 4 because they're getting 19 something, so it might be a little bit, yeah,
We'll have to figure out the 10% or whatever each one is.
yeah.
That's all I have.
Because people had to pay that fee in the past when you give tip money.
Hill Brothers, well,
We've debated it. We can't remember, if it was a smaller one, we don't think so. We think that Derek and I kinda talked about it with Kel because they were the first big one that we kinda did outside of 1905, but that was before us. But we had talked about it once we got the actual bills, and we were like, we're giving them $20,000 and we're paying all of their application fees and contract fees. And so we were kinda like, we really probably should.
So it's something that
So-
we can decide whether we want to pay it or not.
Yes.
so the answer is no, we have not charged anybody except for the big ones. All the smaller ones and one-time payment ones, we've never charged them anything. And when they do a contract and they do like this one was 4 payments, that's when they decided to charge them.
Yeah. So, 'cause
So,
your average one wouldn't have the contract fee of the extra $700. So you're talking $600. I told Derek I thought we should have a dollar threshold that it has to go above that grant amount before we recoup this, or do a percentage or something like that. Cause if we give somebody $400, we're not gonna turn around and say, hey, you still owe us $200 in addition to the money we gave you.
and it says the city can,
Yeah.
the city can waive the fee, so.
Cause the statute gives us, I think it is up to 10%, I think that's why we picked that number, under statute, that we can recoup, administrative costs. So,
I mean, I understand on the $400 one, cause but I mean, I feel like we should
Yeah, because we were paying the same amount pretty much, I mean,
Yeah.
we're still paying our ends.
I would say from now on, we will charge.
Yeah,
If
I
it's
think,
like a certain dollar amount.
yeah, I think you have to have some kind of threshold, or you have to have a percentage, you know, like if it's up to $500, they pay 5% of cost, just figure something out, something nominal, but. That's all I have.
Anything else on finance? Health and safety items?
I have. Oh, I put in everyone's mailbox, the concern about the house on, Sarah Street, and, I'm not sure how Travis says his last name, Travis
Vandermish.
Vandermeer. When he came and spoke, he actually gave me a printout of the emails that he had with Dr. Anderson Chad Anderson over at the health department. So I read that. I also contacted, Dr. Chad Anderson, and he basically said our zoning ordinance, yeah, he actually called me back. It has to be in written, either two options, the state's attorney told him. One, right, zoning ordinance, we have a person that can condemn the buildings, we need to have someone, like, for example, Bob Bantner is the building permit, so I don't know if he could be our zoning person to condemn. Or number two, write a zoning ordinance allowing the county health department to condemn. If we go that route, we do need to notify, Dr. Anderson, and then it would have to get board approval. And that's just for him to condemn it, that's not for them to take it down, it's our responsibility to take it down.
I'm gonna have one condemned right now,
So we have
one
to,
16 Popper Street.
so we would have to file a resolution and vote and everything instead of the mayor just saying, yeah, we give you.
He said it depends on what our zoning ordinance is, how it's written.
I thought somebody talked to the health department, Christian County Health Department, and they said there was nothing they could do.
They were wrong.
Well,
But she just talked to him.
yeah,
So
they
she's off
thought
of it.
we were home rule. He was
Yeah.
under the impression that we were home rule, which means they're banned
Right.
from administrative stuff. We're not. So they
Right.
could have came over and basically done this last year. I don't, so why did I don't understand why our zoning,
He was just saying that we have to have someone that needs to be say, you can, yes, that house needs condemned.
I thought
In
that
the
was the
ordinance
mayor.
book,
Like
I thought the mayor was the one that can condemn houses.
I could condemn it, but I gotta have Bob, the zoning person, to come with me and make sure it's uninhabitable, which the house that we're doing now is. And then we start the process of eliminating. Of course, we had to have Stephen to do this, to go through the court process, and then as it gets condemned,
So we already have it in our ordinance.
yes. I would say yes, because Stephen said go ahead and,
So once it's condemned, then we can take them to court.
Do we need to make sure we have them?
when it's proved to be condemned,
I think I would check that
we
out.
go
I
for
didn't
it.
have time to check that in
And
the
then
zoning.
they give them time
Jen, I
to
think I'd check that out.
fix it,
Mhm.
or time to correct everything there is, which the house on Poplar Street is not gonna happen. And this person is not going to be able to afford it. So she's got so many days, and then that doesn't happen, and then it's condemned, and then it'll be tore down.
but can't they, isn't there some type of, something they can do about fumigating it or bombing it?
Well,
Once
that's-
it's
That'd be
deemed
something that
uninhabitable?
Well,
that person would have to do.
No, I mean, so if the city or the county, either one, condemns the house as unlivable, doesn't that open the door for us to be able to take, at least options to handle any kind of public safety issues by basically bombing the house or.
We probably
think-
that too.
On the house on Popular Street, I don't think bombing would help that because it's rodents.
I'm talking about Sarah though,
Right.
because that's their, I mean, it's literally been a year.
I know.
That's their whole issue is that, it's not so much the tearing down the house, it's just getting access to the inside to control the pests.
Well, when a neighboring community had a same situation, they had to like burn and had to do something with trenches
They did it.
so that, yes.
That's real tight where that house is on
Yeah,
Sarah
I was
Street.
gonna
They're
say,
You
close.
couldn't burn it. You couldn't
They're
burn
real
it.
close
I was
together.
gonna say, I'm sure they would try other alternatives
You
before they
could
go
not.
to that extreme.
I would,
But if that, I mean, if that follows the normal course, you're talking another year in court before you could do anything pest control.
They give that
wise.
person 90 days, which is 3 months. It'll be right into winter time now. And 90 days to fix whatever it takes for them to live in it. They can't live in it, then it's 15 days later, it's,
Well, it's 90 days if you can get them notice. You gotta find them
yeah,
first.
that's true. Well, we know the person on Poplar Street, so that person's already been notified.
we can't wait any longer though on the one
No.
on Sarah Street because it's already impacting 2 streets. I mean, if that continues, that's gonna spread the whole town and it's gonna be a mess.
This is why I went to the health department last year. I mean,
Right.
it's not even.
Now, I
it's-
called them last year as well,
Yeah.
and then I called this Dr. Chad Anderson, the other day, he called me back. But, yeah, we've got to do something. So, like, our attorney has to move on that.
Did he, so when you talked to him though, was he under the assumption that it was more a demolition issue, or we just wanted to condemn so that we can do something about the pests?
He made it sound more like we wanted it condemned so that we could do something. Like, saying that they were not responsible for paying for anything to be done to it, that was gonna fall back onto the city.
Well, you just put a lien on the property
Right.
to cover the cost.
That's where it goes.
I was gonna say, at this point, cost isn't the issue. The issue is something should have been done months ago.
Absolutely. And it's been discussed at our,
It's been discussed.
many times at our, committee meetings and stuff like that, but our attorney probably should have started 6 months ago, switching to the next step.
You know, but that goes, same building uptown here right there. I mean,
How
you
is-
can condemn that and,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a
Well,
heck
we're
of a
still
safety
fighting.
issue.
It's still fighting. Now it's left to somebody else that has no clue what's taking place there.
Now that plaster's falling off on the south side out there
Yeah.
on the sidewalk, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
Where it's, the one on Chestnut, is that what you're
Yes.
talking about?
Well, and that's partially, that's why the attorney hadn't done anything with the house on Sarah's, because he basically said, we can't do anything until it's condemned. The problem was getting somebody to condemn it, because the county just.
But I'm
But
like,
it sounds like we can condemn him, we just gotta
We
make
can,
sure,
we can start the process.
yeah, we need to condemn
I'm
these
like her
things.
though, that Sarah will need to be first, I would think, I mean,
How's been the popular ones
if it's
It's
going
bad.
so quickly
Well,
over Sarah's?
Well,
It's
you
been
know,
going on for a
the
It's
year.
been a
Got
discussion
hold of
too.
the owner.
It was a discussion last year.
It was,
when-
it's
Both
been a
of them,
discussion, but, yeah, they're able to get a hold of the owner
They
at this
can't,
one.
they can't find the order.
On Popular Street you were,
Yes, we know the pop
that's why
Sarah Street.
that can be done quicker, which, there's a rodents that are bigger than the cockroaches, which is just as bad.
Yeah, there's more rodents than you would believe in.
Mhm. I've had some neighbors contact me recently.
So do you have to have an ordinance to make someone?
It sounds like we already have it, from what they're saying.
Would it be in the
So the mayor
zoning
is the
ordinance,
one
would
that
it be in
condemns the
health and
property.
safety?
Yeah.
Janet said she's gonna check it out
With the
so she
zoning,
can find it.
We got a book right back there.
I swear I saw somewhere about the fire chief can condemn a house as well.
That would even be, what would that?
I haven't read it, but wouldn't surprise me.
I did, I swear I
David,
read
you
it in
didn't
there
hear ya.
somewhere. Huh?
So he didn't even hear you.
I swear I read it in there somewhere where a fire chief can condemn it as well.
Let's find it, see if.
All I heard was fire chief and burn. There was something about burning trenches.
We can
and
smoke the
fire-
heck out of it if you
Oh,
want.
yeah.
We can smoke it. And we can light fires in it.
We can do that, but then all the riches are gonna really go into other houses.
That's the issue.
I wonder about that, just on how far
Yeah,
you're gonna spread them out.
Yeah.
Well, I understand on the internet, they're running out of food, they're running out of water. So now they're deciding they're going to other places to search for food and water. So likely, that building probably hardly has anything in it. It's probably going to the neighbors and everything else to look for food and water.
And they're spending whatever they have to spend on exterminators.
Hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
So we can't go on the private property, but can Seth, if he does a check of the property just to verify it hasn't been broke into or vandalized, can you technically check the house, just if nothing else, to shine the flashlight through the windows and see what's inside?
Not with it being abandoned unless the owner calls, really.
So if it's
Somebody calls me at midnight and says, hey, there's somebody over in this house, then absolutely.
Hey, that's your next job.
Because in all honesty though, the reason I'm saying that is because that's a very good point. If somebody can check the house and say, hey, there's nothing in here. You know, at one point they were on the walls. I mean, literally the house was completely full. But if it's to the point now where they basically have all abandoned, there ain't much point in doing.
I'm not going
thousands
within
of
30
dollars.
feet of that house. I'll check my squad car.
Shine light up.
Yeah. I'll shine the spotlight in it.
But I'm just thinking, I mean, why do thousands of dollars in court stuff to get it condemned so that we can spray it?
Yeah.
If there's nothing in there to spray.
I know somebody wants to buy it, just tell him to go ahead and go inside and take a look at it.
Is there back taxes there?
Yes. There's, lien on for grass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but if the back taxes, the city way,
I think the back tax is coming up.
if somebody wants to buy that house and it's just a matter of us waiving our mowing fees, it would be
Yeah.
well
Be
worth
worth
it.
it.
Well worth it, just get rid of it, and no
Well,
big giant liar. Lower it.
I was gonna say it costs us more it costs us less in lawnmower fees, what it will attorney fees to try to take it over.
Say 3,000 and spend 300.
You wanna move on, Kim, or?
Well, it does talk about dangerous buildings on 9-1, and in that it says, whenever the health officer or any other authorized officer of the city shall be of the opinion that any building or structure in the city is a dangerous building. It doesn't necessarily say in this section.
It's got the definitions page that they define.
That's just more how the actual building is not. The structure of the building is mostly what that talked about. So where's health?
Don't sit in the back.
Health and safety's here. Nuisance.
Straight while she's looking at that.
Suffer the carcass or any other animal.
Is that okay with you, Kim?
Alright, administrative items. Anybody got anything?
Trunk or treat. Do we wanna do anything for trunk or treat, or when do you wanna do trick or treating? Like to put that on
Trunk or
the
treats,
agenda.
well, October 26th, and then Halloween's is 30th, 31st.
You wanna trick or treat on both days?
It's a Thursday and Friday.
Some kids got two grandparents' house to go to, so two sides of the family.
We usually vote on it.
Usual times.
When's, boy was trunk or treat then, you know?
They do 2 nights too.
Does anybody wanna do trunk or treat, or help with trunk or treat, or what kind of budget we want for trunk or treat?
We set up the table with the city or with what?
It's what we have done in the past, so too. Gina usually does it.
Yeah, cause we have usually agreement with the school, moving the doors.
Are we gonna do the
and
school
things
thing
like that.
too, though?
I think they had it at school last year.
No, last year Doug did, the resource officer did bonds.
The bonds, okay.
And
That's what I
then-
was talking about, the bond thing that we do.
We were out in the parking lot at the school last year.
Didn't they have to move it inside because of weather, or was that the year before?
They have before,
They have before, yeah.
Last year.
A couple years in a row, they do the new ones.
Used to be on Main Street.
In the past, we've done it where the city's done it and our cops have done it, or one year the cops did it and we didn't do it. So that's what we need to decide, who's gonna do it and how much money are we gonna spend.
Well, the cops do the one at the school for bond.
I'm just saying, in the past, the cops have done trunk or treat here too.
The more the merrier if they wanna do it, I think.
And they did it on Main Street, correct?
they used to. They did it on the, by the Christian church one year, but it was-
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's best?
that was about 6 years ago.
I think Community Pride already said that they would. do
Yeah,
a tree
Community
burn.
Yeah,
Pride
they
does
do
the
it.
trunk and treat, we don't. We just, if we wanna be involved.
What did we do last year? Remember how much?
I think, the cops did it last year. They just got chips or cookies for them. And then they did, you know, bond one too.
Oh, that's just one night.
Yeah,
Just one treat.
it'd be Sunday afternoon. Guess it'd be up to the cops if they wanna do it.
Yeah, so some decide if you wanna do it.
Sure, we can figure it out,
You could be the superhero.
make it work.
Yeah, the kids like seeing the cops up there, you
Yeah.
know? They like seeing.
They'd rather
kids.
see us than the firefighters, so I think we can handle it.
Yeah, oh,
Now you're gonna be next to the firefighters.
That's fine.
no kidding.
Trick or treat, do you want 5 to 8 or 6 to 8?
I think
What's
2
up
hours.
for you? Patrolling, you and Kev both gonna be here?
Yeah, that don't matter. 5
5 to 8.
We guys usually have it.
When's time change this year?
November 3rd.
After Halloween, so.
5 to 8.
What has it been in the past?
I think it's been, I think 5 days.
You're probably better 5 to 8 than 6 to 9.
Yeah, so it would be,
Yeah.
no, it'd be pitch black well before 8, 9 be pretty dark.
Yeah.
So
Some
we-
kids, some kids need them one night to trick or treat and then one night to stay home and pass out, so that trick or treat can, you gotta have 2 nights.
That's what we used to do. when my kids were little.
Before, and I was like,
We gonna
that's
feed.
my. Do we need to vote on anything for it?
We'll have to put it on the agenda for trick or treat nights, but
That's it.
yeah, that's it.
Okay, in our book here, in 4:1, it talks about nuisance. And also in here, it already states, when it says notice to abate, which there was a note to put on that
Yeah, I
house
think the notice abate's already been on
for like a year. But it says, it shall be the duty of the health officer or his designated representative to serve notice. We've already done that. In writing upon the owner, occupant, agent, person in possession or control. Within 7 days. Not less than 1 hour nor more than 24 hours after the owner or occupant receives the notice of abatement.
So So the house at Sarah Street, is it legally abandoned? Or is it
Think
still
it-
owned by somebody?
It's
Still.
still owned by someone, but he can't be located at the moment.
So it's a matter of when taxes go delinquent enough that it will go up for tax sale.
Which you said it wouldn't be too much longer, right, Bill?
October 26th.
October 26th. Yeah, we sell it.
How much is does it tell how much the tax back amount is?
I don't know that one off the top of my head, but it's all public information.
Yeah, you should be able to find it.
Yeah.
It's easy to find.
Might have wheels. Cockroach
I was gonna say it'd probably be a roach roast.
I seen somebody in there the other day.
And then
Yeah,
what about the one
that's
on
okay.
Chestnut Street?
Thought there was a light flashing in there.
The building.
All we can do is block off the street and wait for the courts. At this point, it's out of our hands. We've done all we can do on that. We,
But isn't that dangerous? As
Well,
much as it's falling down?
that's why I said.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's probably another one that needs to be really pushed to get taken
Yes,
care of.
we need to move on to the next step. I mean, did they ever find the lady? Because something about the girlfriend,
Oh,
like,
that's been changed
Yeah.
several times since.
Yeah, it's in
Now it's in minister's hands from, where was that from?
I thought that changed.
Do you think we need to block off more
But
Chestnut
stop
on the
now.
other
Man, I
side?
think if you block too much off, you're gonna, the city might be reliable if something does happen.
is that the guy from Cuba?
I mean,
If you're to do it, you're gonna have to block off.
So minister
Yeah.
is a vacuum.
I mean,
I mean,
that's
it
one
was
Complete
problem.
the other day.
But I think years ago, Don Dust told me about something, if the city blocks something off and something happens, and the city's liable for whatever happens.
As soon as you put the barricade up,
Yeah.
you send responsibility.
Well, it should have been down by now too.
But, I mean,
But I think Scott was out of time on.
I wouldn't be messing with too much up there.
That's why I asked, was it instructed where you want the barricades,
Yeah.
cause that wasn't my choice.
I'd put,
If
keep
it's
one
up
of
to
the
me,
city,
block
city
the roads
property,
and everything
at least.
off for public, but I was instructed by the committee to
Yeah.
just do it around the parking spots there, so. Make sure that's out there.
Well, it's a safety concern for our community. It needs to,
Come down.
yes.
Well, the only reason we didn't block it was because we were worried about Naughty Pond. That was the only, but I agree with Darren, I think the road should be, I think that side road
Yeah.
should be.
And we're gonna have a Jeep thing this weekend? or
Yeah, that
next?
the Jeep run Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yeah, 20th. Or, yeah, I think that's right. 20th. It'll be this Saturday. I don't remember what time I got it
Yeah, I mean,
at the
I might
office.
be something to ask them.
Think we'll move them out farther down the road.
Depends on what we-
So yours be-
Jeep run was just last weekend.
So that was a benefit for.
Keegan.
Keegan.
Yeah, this is a Jeep run. I think for Ronald McDonald this weekend. I think I got it all at the office.
Are we blocking any street off?
Renee mentioned it. I don't know how far down she wants to go. Honestly, I forgot about it until it just got brought up.
I wonder if we could block off that intersection there as part of it. Just say, don't, that way they
I
can't.
think she said 50 to 75. There's gonna be quite a bit of Jeeps. I don't remember.
Wow.
Yeah, I have it all at the office. I don't.
It's quite a bit of vehicles.
Yeah. More. I mean, you're always you can get more, you can get less. I mean, that's just estimated.
I mean, whatever, no call, we could call.
But I'll talk with Renee this week, and I'll let Darren know, and
That road,
we'll get some barricades released. And
If they're having that many people up there, should
you alright with that?
straight off.
I forgot all about it. To be honest with you.
Like just,
And some anywhere there, so that
I'll get a hold of her.
think they did.
at least
I'll get a hold of Renee tomorrow, and
to keep them
we
away
put it out there,
from
then they
that
stop
road
with
in Chestnut.
okay.
cause they do it on the Saturday.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hey Seth, on September 27th, there's a lawnmower poker run for St. Jude's. Nothing needs to be, yeah, nothing needs to be blocked off or anything, but.
Was that the one that was rescheduled?
Yeah,
Okay.
just to let you know it's on there.
They just hit the naughty.
I did have.
No, it starts out at Old House Shed
Okay.
on Allen Street, and then they'll just go to 5 different people's houses and drive around
We need to get all
town.
three place is taken care of,
Yeah.
that's, we
There-
can't,
we've done it for years, there's usually no problems, it's really good, we've raised a lot of money for it.
I was just waiting. I was like, okay, let's wait
I
till
think
that
this is the
happens.
13th year.
we
12th
don't
I heard
wanna see
about
them
it.
costing us more though, because of people being injured or suing us because we didn't take care of the situation.
We can't have.
I mean, literally,
Okay.
all you can do is wait for the courts to, I mean, we can't overstep our authority, like the building down there on the corner, it may be 2 years before the courts finally deem that we have access to it.
But I thought that he said at one time, if we can prove that it is a danger, then he can get it done quicker, is what he said. That's when Derek was here and we were supposed to get the engineer, and then Derek canceled the engineer. Cause Steve said if we can say that it is a danger to, or dangerous whatnot, then we could get it, and that's when we were supposed to have that engineer go in there.
Did he file that to the courts already?
No,
I don't think he's done anything.
He's been talking back and forth with Scott and the minister, and now Scott's back, and Scott's supposed to be bringing a proposal on how he's fixing the building.
There's not
it's
fixing
too late for a proposal,
You still talking about the Chestnut building?
Yeah.
Right next to Naughty?
it's too late, it's past
You're not
that
fixing the
point.
building.
I
He was
think
here the
that,
other day, he said he looked at it.
I think that the engineer probably could come in and say, it's dangerous.
We could say it, we have our thing here,
Then why don't we and get it
we,
done?
yeah, too late,
I mean, it's too
Yeah,
late for
sorry,
somebody to come in and say,
Scott,
we're
you-
going to fix it up now.
right, it's past that point of fixing. So
Yeah.
we need to have our person say, no, it needs to be condemned.
Is our person the mayor?
It says designated person.
That's the roof.
We're pretty, I think we're covering ourselves because it says, I'm sure there's someone on, like, that was selected before. So we probably have the person, it just states, I said it earlier.
Steven said we need a structural engineer from Castings to do it, or with somebody that's going to be, that does that type of work to say that it can be fixed or cannot be fixed.
Okay,
Didn't Chastain tell
so
us
I-
in the meeting though that remember they were gonna come and look, but they couldn't get access to it because there was
Derek-
asbestos.
Derek told him not to
We
because
still
he
got
thought we had
access.
the,
And
had
you're
it
right,
around.
asbestos, but we went inside, we have been inside.
So yeah, they wouldn't be able to go inside without the owner's permission. They can't just enter.
Right.
The
Building.
owner's back in the picture now.
But this is already in the works before the owner got back in the picture, so how can, I mean, it's dangerous, and he's not here doing anything with it.
It changes hands so much, or time you get your grip on one person, and it's switched back over to another person.
I just remember when our building fell down on this street over here. Chastain's, I believe it's Chastain's, they came in, they looked at that, and then they turned around and said, that building there needs to be torn down too, it's just as bad, it's gonna fall if that pole ever goes, and that was, the building right next to Red Door. And then the city had to do all of that at the same time, it was not cheap. But we can't, same thing happened when that Skylar building, that was known as the Skylar building. We were going to court forever, the building finally eventually fell, and there was people in the building right next to it. It was a dangerous situation. We can't let our buildings get this bad. The next building that's gonna be bad like that is the Bond Elementary building.
Well, the building on
Or
First Street,
weapons.
we've already had a complaint on,
It's rolled
Building
out a
on
little bit.
First Street.
it's got
Oh,
the 3 left corner store or whatever.
Wherever that
where
is.
Moe's used to be, or next to it.
It's pulled out at
Yeah,
the top.
someone brought that to my attention too.
She still lives over there.
Yeah.
Cheryl found a
So-
piece of her cars that's been sitting there for
Have
God
we,
knows how long.
have we sent
They're
her
in
a
parking
letter?
spots, so it's one of those things that.
Building? I don't know.
Have we sent a letter to her? So we
Are
need
they
to do that.
registered? License on them?
I don't know, but if we start picking on her and pick on everybody else around town,
Supposed to be,
How
that's
about,
every vehicle in town though.
or ordinance. there's an ordinance
But,
for it,
I know, but I'm just saying if we start picking on her,
It
we're
might
gonna
be
have to,
something we need to talk about later on.
do it.
I mean,
she's-
not later on,
She's
but
been going to court,
as
I
soon
see a
as-
court date today.
yeah. I know one of the cars is
we need
valid,
to get more
or was a
information
couple months
on
ago.
who owns it. That one,
Well, once they find out who owns that building,
then we gotta go
we
with
need to
that
send
one.
it, and then did Ivy Jack buy the bond, like, they did not buy it?
No, the last guy that owned it bought it on the last day. He bought it back.
So we bought it back, so we need to have we sent a letter to him? Bond Elementary,
I mean, send them a letter for what?
To clean it up.
the condition, and some of the neighbors were complaining about rodents there. It needs those weeds cut down.
That one parcel sold to someone else though.
Okay, so do we know who that was? Was it,
No, I,
so we need to find that out and tell them that they need to mow it.
Public knowledge,
It's
so
not
we should be
theirs.
able to find it out.
They bought that little side piece, not long.
they bought.
No, but they have to mow their section
Yeah,
instead of us mowing there anymore. So do we need to send them a letter to tell them that, or you think they will take care of that themselves?
When did they even,
I think-
did they even finalize the purchase yet?
On the parcel, I don't know, I don't think that's probably the final, cause
Yeah, I was gonna say, they probably haven't even taken possession of it. I don't know, the building down around the corner, we know it's a hazard. I mean, we're gonna try to get Chastain to come in again, but this goes back to the same thing with Sarah and the same thing with Popular. We can only do a small part of it, and then it goes to the attorney, thousands and thousands of dollars later, and it sits for years. So, I mean, we can't start the meeting off saying that we need to really watch our attorney budget and then turn around and send him 6 properties that are gonna cost $20,000 in attorney fees each.
plus we're doing ordinance court now,
Yeah.
so there's more.
Is there an attorney that just specializes in this rather than using your general attorney? Somebody's gotta have this figured out.
I think most cities use I'm assuming they would use their, city attorney for that. I mean, he can handle all of it, just, we know from the house over here, it takes forever, and 99% of it's out of our hands. I mean, we can initiate it, and then we just sit back and pay for it.
But I think we need to initiate things a little bit quicker sometimes.
he said in that one meeting though, if it's a dangerous, he can go right to court and have a court order to get it tore down. He said that in the meeting. So-
So why didn't he? I mean, 'cause
Right,
we
well,
told
because
him
Derek was mayor then, and we were supposed to have the engineer to say, yes, it is, and then he was going to go do it, and then Derek told the engineers not to, because I think he got in contact with the owner and decided to go a different route. Well, then the different route didn't happen, so we need to get that, just have him do it.
I'm no engineer, but if you look at that building, you know the thing needs to come down.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Right, so you don't even need an engineer.
well, but you probably have to have it in writing.
I would,
What's the
I would
ordinance say?
ask, but I don't
He
think he
said
acted
that-
like,
You gotta have an engineer, and he's gotta go court with him and prove that it's unfit to touch or needs to come down. So yes, we could Chastain or somebody that would go court for us and say, yes, the building's condemned.
So do
for
we need,
Mark.
do we
have
just-
to be him.
just pick someone, or do we have to put a bid out for that?
We should just pick somebody.
We already have, engineers
Okay.
with
Okay.
open
Yeah.
projects, so you can just do that. You would have to, now we will have to
I don't
bid
care who
out
does it. We just need to.
construction of the
Some of
building,
it.
Right.
absolutely, but the engineer is just a fee cost.
Right.
Okay.
And Ben, David Chastain, Ben, you want.
I talked to Mark.
Alright, that everything? Alright, I need a motion to
I
approve.
just got one more.
Oh,
On that, just to prevent future discussions or whatever, I provide that list, just keep in mind that list isn't the exact, now that the weather's changing, we're seeing more trees that have more damage up in it, so there could be trees added to it or whatever. So in other words, if you get that list and it changes, prevent any future discussions about, hey, this isn't what you turned in, it could be different if there's trees added and stuff like that, because now that leaves are coming out, we're seeing some tops missing and stuff like that, so.
I also have one comment. I think it was the water department. One of the aldermen requested to see the, fire height locations, and I believe we got the paperwork on that, didn't we?
I left them.
They were in our
everything.
mailboxes, so I
Yeah.
appreciate that, so thank you guys.
I'm trying to get a better, prettier picture printed up, but
I
that's-
saw that was in mine.
It was fine, it was fine.
Okay.
But I know that an alderman had asked, so I appreciate that we got it, thank you.
The web portal is up and working too now.
Oh, yes, good, great. That's great.
alright. Anybody gotta make a motion to approve, to adjourn this meeting?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.